Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! Вы смотрите вторую часть интервью с американским учителем мистером Кармоной, и она будет посвящена ему в качестве гражданина Соединенных Штатов Америки. Если вы не посмотрели первую часть интервью, пожалуйста, пройдите по ссылочке наверху и посмотрите сначала первую часть, а потом уже переходите к просмотру этой. Okay, Mr. Carmona, for those who missed for some reason the first part of our interview, but I hope they watched it before. But
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, just introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Luis Carmona, and I teach U.S. history here at Homer Hanna High School. I've been teaching here for 4 years. I used to teach world history, and this year I was pushed, or now I teach U.S. history.
Okay. And okay, let's start with the questions. What is it for you to be an American?
What is it for me to be an American?
Yeah, American citizen.
An American citizen. It's a very complex question. But for me, it's having that freedom to be anything I want to be. The fact that this country gave me everything I have and made me the person I am today is really what for me it means to be an American, and why I'm very proud to be American. I know that a lot of people, especially in this region, in the Rio Grande Valley, kind of start saying more that they are supporting Mexico because they have that heritage, but for me, Mexico didn't give me the resources that I was able to use to get to where I am today. So I am very proud to be an American. I love this country. This country, again, like I said, made me who I am, and it has opened doors for me and opportunities for me that I probably wouldn't be able to get in another place. So America for me it saved me pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It helped me get a career. It helped me become a responsible adult. It taught me all the responsibilities, the self-discipline that I needed, and because of the schools that I went to, and the fact that I was able to go to a public university, and the federal government helped me out pay for that school, because if not, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So I'm very, very thankful that I came from America, or that I'm from America.
And do you feel safe over here? Because the first thing that my host family said about answering this question, we feel safe in America. Like we believe that America is the safest place in the whole world. Like if we die in America, it will be the end of the world.
I feel pretty safe where I am in this region, but I don't think we're the safest country in the world. I think if you want to go to a neutral country like Switzerland, I think that's a lot safer in my opinion. But I feel pretty safe where I live. I don't feel like someone's gonna knock on wood, someone's gonna break into my house or whatever. I feel pretty safe, and I feel that my neighbors are very diligent about watching out for one another. We have that kind of brotherhood, I guess. We all watch out for each other. We see a strange car, we kind of tell each other there was a strange van driving around or something, and we keep an eye out for each other. So I do feel pretty safe.
Because people have a bunch of stereotypes about Texas and about different things like. First of all, their climates, because all like tornadoes and whatnot, and of course it's some drugs, something like that.
Yes.
Some gangs, and especially in the border.
Yes, I will say that
Mexico.
Recently with the border issues, the spillover violence, it has become an issue sometimes. That some days I do feel a little like maybe I should move away, maybe up north a little bit more, maybe towards Austin, San Antonio area, because it is getting a little scary at times. There's a couple of times where they've had to seize homes, because there's drugs. It's not in our neighborhood, but it's close by, and it does get a little alarming at times. That
I have an alert on my phone every day about kidnapping in the valley.
Yeah.
So I like, wow, okay. Something special for me.
It's unfortunate because when I grew up, I grew up here in this region. I could be outside till midnight playing with my friends and never have to worry. And now, unfortunately, kids, their parents are telling them to stay inside because they never know what could happen. So, but again, I feel that our region is kind of safer than a lot of other regions. I mean, like Houston, being a big metropolitan area, you're always hearing of killings, homicides, and whatnot. But I think our crime rate is down when it comes to like homicides. There is a lot of break-ins and robberies, but a lot of that I believe really has to do with the spillover violence from Mexico.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, and let's continue with the second question. Are you proud of your country? Why or why not?
I'm proud of my country. At times I am, and at times I'm not. I'm proud of my country in the sense that we are a very diverse population. There's a lot of diversity out there. There's a lot of different cultures that are kind of meshing together and interacting with one another. But then there's, excuse me, then there's times when you hear of, still a lot of hate crime out there and people being a bit narrow-minded at times. That just makes me want to say, well, maybe I should move somewhere where there's, so much more open-mindedness. Europe, for example. It has its days where I'm very proud of my country, and then maybe a politician says something that's ridiculous, and you're just like, why am I from this country? I think I have more good days when it comes to being proud of my country than not being proud of it. Again, going back to the fact that it gave me so many opportunities and the resources that I needed to get to where I am today. That's a big reason of why I'm very proud of where I'm from. And I think that our country is making a lot of headway. I think that, especially with the election of Barack Obama, even though I'm not the biggest fan, the fact that he's our first African American president, that's a big step for us. Yeah. Maybe soon we'll see a woman president,
or a Mexican American
president, or a Mexican American president. I was going to go there. Who knows? And the fact that the minority populations are becoming the majority and are starting to take over, I think, is a really cool thing for our population, because now a lot of these issues that we have as a minority or an ethnic population are now being heard, and I think that that's what's helping progress our country. So I'm more proud than not proud of my country. Like I said, it's just sometimes like seeing the reality shows and thinking this is what countries think about us. They see these glimpses of reality shows on TV and they say those are all the Americans, that's how they are. No, we're not. There's actually some very good and cultured and worldly Americans out there.
And like in Russia, we used to divide their government and politics and their actual country. Because we say, okay, I can be proud of my country, of being Russian, of our history, of our culture, but I'm not proud of my government, of my politics, and what they do. No, so like, some people used to do it.
It's pretty much the basic.
Me, myself, I used to do it. I'm proud of being Russian, according to culture. In case of culture,
exactly.
History, yes. Governments.
Exactly. But that's. I tell you all in my class, I'm a libertarian. I don't like the two major parties. I think they're corrupt.
Yes.
Again, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that they are, but I'm in the same way. I'm very proud of most of my history. I'm not proud of the slavery part of the history of America and anything like that.
I hope FBI will not come for you after this interview on YouTube.
I hope not. But I am proud of my country more than not. Yes, I am very proud of my country.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay, tell me please some advantages and some disadvantages of modern United States. Actually, you already said some, but you can just focus on this more.
I think that we have great public universities. I think that we are really gaining in technology and in science and the medical world. Some disadvantages: our country, in my opinion, doesn't put education as a top priority. Our public education system is lacking a little bit. It is starting to fall behind from the rest of the world. I think we are like 25th when it comes to science and math and scores and national scores and whatnot. So I think that if we were to have a bit more of a priority when it came to education, I think that would be a great thing.
But actually what you do, you just take the smartest guys from all over the world to come to the US and to work with you.
That would be great.
It's a nice strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of Russians are coming to the United States because
awesome.
you give them better salaries. So that's what you do.
Yes. And let's see, disadvantages. Geographically, we're just really big. To go visit, friends in other states, would, have to book flights and stuff. And I wish we could, kind of shrink it down a little bit. But I don't know if there's a bit population-wise, we're starting to get overpopulated a little bit. Pollution, also with the overpopulation and all that. I don't really see a lot of disadvantages. That's just me, though. Again, I'm American, so I think our country's awesome. So.
And you know what? I got a new question.
All right.
I heard just a couple days before that Texas, when you go when you come to US, you just said, okay, now we're part of the United States of America, but if we want, we'll get out anytime.
We will secede.
Yes. And right now nowadays, some people really want to get out of the United States, to become an independent country, and a couple of okay. I mean, you're not.
I'm not like that. No.
So
I'm happy just being part of the United States.
You don't want to be part of Mexico because, historically, Texas was Mexico.
No, I would not.
Okay.
I'm fine being a part of the United States.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not want to be out my own country.
That's the answer I was expecting.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Okay. And the last question of the second part of the interview: how do you feel about relationships between Russia and the United States of America nowadays in a modern world?
Still a little strained. Obama and your president, Mr. Putin, not really getting along at times. I see there's a bit of a strain there.
A little bit too often. No?
A little bit too often at times, yes. I kind of use the term frenemies a little bit, where you combine friends and enemy together.
It's a nice term. It's nice.
But I look at Russia and I love the history. I think it's a beautiful, history that you all have, and hopefully one day I get to go visit.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. So unfortunately, I think there's a little strain there, but I hope in diplomatic talks and hoping especially like the Syria issue and whatnot, hopefully working through all that, maybe we could kind of mend the relationship that we have with each other.
Yeah.
One can only hope. One can only
big
hope.
Thing.
Yes. Yes. So I hope we have a better relationship one day, sooner than later.
That's I'm totally agree with you. That's a good place to stop and really looking forward for better relationships between our countries. Yeah, that's nice. Thank you very much, Mr. Carmona.
No problem.
Thank you very much for giving me an interview. Дорогие друзья, на этом мы заканчиваем наше интервью. Подписывайтесь на канал Flexbook на YouTube. И до новых встреч в следующих эпизодах Flexbook Video.